Heinrich, what was your week like? When did you know you were going to be the starter, and what emotions were you going through from then until the kickoff happened on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, Sunday, or even against Colorado, we knew Jeff was banged up. We didn't know how bad, but once I went into Colorado, I knew there might be the potential for me to start. So this whole week, I've just been preparing like I was the starter. Didn't know if Jeff was going to come back or not, or if he was going to be the starter. So just been preparing all week.
I know you're confident, but how good did it feel that first drive, just the way it went, and that first throw to Marcus and everything out felt?
Yeah, it was awesome. Being being out there for the first time in a night game, all the emotions, everything that I've worked up to this, being able to have that first drive end like that was, I don't think I could have ended it better.
On some of those quarterback runs, you might have had the chance to, slide down, avoid some contact, but you went full ahead. Do you enjoy the physicality that comes with the quarterback run game?
I do in the moment. Right now, it doesn't feel too good, but I know how much energy and what that can do to a team. Seeing your quarterback going out there full speed ahead, not slowing down, not hesitating. And that's something I've been working on since spring, running physical, because I know that I'm not the prototypical quarterback. I'm heavier, I'm faster, I'm stronger. So I'm going to use that to my advantage and try and push my teammates along.
Heinrich, a year ago, you weren't even traveling late in the year. Do you ever just think about how fast this all came? And the previous staff didn't really have you in their plans, and a new one you're starting here, and just how surreal it was tonight for you.
Yeah, it was. It was awesome. I think that is a testament to Coach Rule, the culture that he's built. If you put in work here, you will play. They're going to see talent. They're going to train you to the highest of your ability, and they're going to put you on the field if you deserve a shot. And so, yeah, this kind of yesterday, today, leading up to it, I really kind of took a little bit to just soak in like how far I've come. The work that I put in to be able to be in this situation, it was awesome.
Heinrich, how much bigger are you, and how much does that help? The roster still lists you at 215 pounds. What are you playing at, and how does that help you when you have to put your head down on those runs?
Yeah, I'm fluctuating right now. I can go between 215 and 225 any week. In the summer I was 232. My metabolism's just really high right now, so it's hard to keep it up sometimes. But no matter, I could play a game at 210. I'm gonna run like I'm 230, just because that's I don't know, that's how I was raised, I guess.
What was your interaction with Jeff this week and during the game tonight, as far as maybe helping you out, doing some reads, doing some quarterback things?
That stuff, all the on the field stuff, telling me, hey, they're doing this, they're doing that. That's great. But the thing that Jeff did best was, telling me that how much he believed in me, how much he was behind me, no matter what. Even through the game, all the touchdowns that we had, all the ups and downs that we had. There was a couple drives where I was like 0 for 3. I was like, I came off the field thinking, crap, like, am I going to be able to keep doing this? And Jeff just, keep your head up, just keep pushing, bro. That goes way further than anything that he could say about, hey, they're running this coverage.
Confidence in that defense being as good as it is giving you as a quarterback?
Well, before the game, I told Luke that if we could just score 3 points and win, that'd be awesome. So that should, the confidence I have in them to be able to throw a shutout. They got a late score on, I don't know. We always want a fourth quarter shutout, but the fact that they held them to 3 points really, we could have. We could have stopped scoring after the first drive and won that game. And so the confidence that gives the offense is awesome, but we also have to learn, going into the fourth quarter, we were all telling each other, keep the pedal to the metal, foot on their throat, like, let's finish this.
You look really comfortable doing those quarterback option runs. How accustomed to that style of play were you before this staff, and how have you developed that aspect of your game?
Yeah, that goes back to my first year, Adrian's last year. We did a lot of that. we practice a lot of that. I got a whole lot of reps at that my freshman year. I wasn't as big or really as fast back then, but I learned, what to see, how to read it, when to pitch it. And so all that stuff just kind of comes together. And, I think that's a part of the offense that we can utilize every drive, especially when we need a play. The fact that the defense has to account for me as a runner, I think gives us a huge advantage.
That drive in the third quarter, you guys converted, I think, 3 third downs, the 3rd and 15 at Thomas. How big a jolt was that just to finish strong the way you did?
Yeah, that's something that we've been emphasizing all week. Number one was take care of the ball. We can't fumble snaps, we can't fumble the ball, can't throw picks. And so I think we did a fantastic job of that. And then converting third downs was another big one for us. Trying to stay on the field because, obviously we know our defense is going to shut them out, 99% of the time. And so as long as we can stay on the field and push the field, if we can, even if we don't score a drive, if we put them inside the 20, our defense is probably not going to let them score. So that was a huge, huge point of emphasis this week.
What's it like in that moment, Heinrich, when you guys start well and then immediately on the next drive you have something that goes against you, and it's in that realm of things that have plagued this team for the first 2 games? How did you see guys around you respond to that, just emotionally?
Yeah, it was tough because even though we have a couple new guys in from different places, different transfers, freshmen of that nature, in the back of our head, there's always the guys that have been here for 3 years now, and you just start thinking oh crap, Michigan, my freshman year, just all those games that we just kind of threw away, that we just shot ourselves in the foot. But tonight, we went full speed ahead. I don't think any of us were thinking about, we got too tight or, we can't fumble the ball here. So I think that's big for taking a step forward, not playing too tight, but also taking care of the ball.
Anything else for Heinrich?
Thomas, chemistry with Thomas. He's your roommate. It worked out last week. Couple big plays tonight. Just talk about having some comfortability with him.
Yeah, I've been throwing to Thomas since sophomore, junior year of high school on a 7-on-7 team. We've known each other for, that long. It goes way further than just on the field. He trusts me, I trust him. There's one that, probably should have been a pick, but I know where to throw it to Thomas. I put it about 12 feet where no one else can get it, let the big boys play. And if I wouldn't have put it that high, it probably would have been a pick. And so just that level of chemistry with Thomas and Gabe too, the meshes. I've thrown to Gabe for 3 years now in the backyard, in the living room. And so we've grinded together. Those two have had some injuries, some setbacks. I've had my setbacks, and we've just kept pushing. And, it was really rewarding tonight just for it to all come together.
All right.